All right, people. We're 3 minutes
I didn't
early.
even see him appear.
What does that do?
What does this do?
His mic sucks because he has it built for his stream, and so when it comes over Discord, it sounds like shit.
Who's mine?
Yeah.
What's Vid 3?
Vid's 3's for this screen, so when we play a video, they'll see it as well.
What's the one under it?
That's if there only 2 people are on the video podcast. Like if Kelsey can't make it for whatever reason, I have a stand-in for him, so it'll be like this.
Oh, it's Vid 2.
The same thing, but for only 2 people. As Vid's 3. Now that we've started the podcast with that important information, this is the ADLR Podcast, episode 42. I scrolled up as if it's not stationary in the top left on the dock.
It's not.
Jesus.
There's not a 42 Google Docs up there.
You done? Or can I go?
No, I got more.
Go for it. Just then empty your clip so I can get this started. All right, seems like your clip's empty. So this is that's Weird TV. Also known as Brian Kelsey. My brother Brian De La Rosa is here. Randall is also here, looking excited to talk about Shazam.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Shazam!
Shazam. What am I talking about? Oh, you can support the show at patreon.com/ADLR Plays, where you get the audio and video podcast episodes, videos, whatever, early. If you don't, you can watch it on youtube.com/ADLR Plays for free once it goes up on public, I guess on podcast services everywhere, and YouTube on Friday, 9 a.m. If you want to support something that's actually, I don't know the segue for that. You go to extralife.adlrplays.com to donate to Orlando Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. And last but not least, our topics for the episode. You can request topics at topics@adlrplays.com. Oh, Brian's on point. Look at that. I looked over; it was already there in the chat. He threw up gang signs. That's about it, people. How are you guys doing? Great.
Hanging in there.
I'm alive.
Living day to day.
Oh snap! You just living the hustle.
Trying to.
You trying
I'm
to?
excited because in was it 2 weeks?
Uh-huh.
A little over 2 weeks. Be in Vegas.
You're gonna do
snorting coke off bitches' asses and
nice, incriminating yourself already before getting there. Nice. I'm sure
Vegas,
you get it.
everything's legal there.
Yeah, but not here. So they'll find a way to use what you're saying against you here. You're probably promoting drug use or some shit. I don't know.
Probably.
Anyway, I had a fantastic week. I don't know about you guys.
What did you do this week,
Let
Anthony?
me tell you what happened. On Friday, I re-listened to Billie Eilish's album because I'm like, hey, I really don't care that much about Khalid's his album, Free Spirit. So I didn't even put it on. I consumed it, but I just don't. I found out I'm not a Khalid album fan. I like him when he's featuring in certain songs, but his whole project, I'm like, there's some singles I liked, and that's about it. I know you're going to ask me best song on the album. The best song is the John Mayer one. Because why? Because it just sounds like a John Mayer song with Khalid vocals on it. But Friday night, I went to go see the boy Zachary Levi enter himself in the DC Extended Universe. Or I guess it's not the DC Universe, right? I think they switched it to something else. It's not DCEU anymore. We all watched Shazam. So we'll start off with the high level. Did we like it? Should you go see it? And then we'll get into spoilers. All right? So let's start with Brian. Do you like it? Would you recommend it?
Shazam, it's entertaining. I would recommend it.
Okay.
It's not like the best action. It's not the best of anything, but I had a good time watching it.
It's not the best of anything. What kind of fucking rating system?
It's not like the funniest movie I've seen. It's not the best.
It's a perfect
comic.
5 of 7.
So, Randall, what do you think? Oh, Javi's in the chat. What's up?
If you don't have anything better else to watch, then yeah.
Wow. The downers of...
It's not bad. It's just, I mean, it's better than Captain Marvel.
All right. Whoa. That's definitely... that was a good ooh moment. So, since these guys are just, like, averaging it out, I'm going to be the hype man here and tell you go fucking watch the movie. It's fantastic. It's fucking hilarious. The action sequences are all right. the story plots, whatever. The comedy is there in waves. The kids' dialogue, Zachary Levi's character dialogue is fantastic. It's great. It has some wholesome family moments, but they didn't really hit in an emotional level for me. But I highly recommend going to watch it.
Was it like what I said last time, where it's like that really kind of like it's an action movie, but it's got that stupid, goofy comedy in it?
It's mostly the comedy stuff. Like, there's not that much action in it. It's more of like a coming of age story but for a superhero, because he's still like a 14-year-old kid in a huge person's like, and just because he looks like Zachary Levi.
The power.
Yeah.
It's just usually it's a child that gets this power and then, becomes this massive superhero.
Yeah. All right, now we might, for the audio listeners and videos, we might tread into spoiler territory. We'll let you know if we spoil it. But what did you just finish saying? So yeah, that's one of the huge pluses of the movie is Zachary Levi plays a 14-year-old in a huge man's body very well. If that makes any sense. You guys want to? What do you guys think? You agree? No.
Yeah, he does a good job. His comedy is like kind of like goofy. His comedy fits with the role, so he did a good job for what he had to do.
Okay, go ahead, Brian. Randall. Jeez, see what I'm saying? I can't call him Kimberly for an hour and a half. I can't get Randall right.
Here's my problem with that character. I think that he was more mature as the kid than he was when he changed into Shazam.
In what ways?
He seemed to think more level-headed. I mean, he still made dumb mistakes, it wasn't even that he made mistakes. It was more for the simple fact that he was selfish because of the things that he went through. Other than that, he seemed very level-headed. But when he became Shazam, it just seemed like he was just doing dumb stuff after dumb stuff after dumb stuff, and it didn't seem like the same person. You know what I mean?
Because he's not the same person.
That strong,
he's
wouldn't
not the same at all. He just got, as a 14-year-old, he just got a bunch of powers, and he's trying to figure out what the fuck he can do now and how to use them. You can't go level-headed into something you have no clue what you're doing.
He's expansive.
Well, I don't mean like as a superhero. I just mean like his personality. It seemed like he just changed his. It didn't seem like you guys are saying, like someone who's young acquired all this power, and he's like, I don't know what to do with it, or what the heck, or what can I do? It seemed like he completely changed. Like, that wasn't even the same kid. I'm not talking about, like, learning powers. I'm just talking about personality-wise, period. That's just how I felt. It didn't seem to, the connection between the two, I didn't feel there was any connection between the two characters.
Damn, I highly disagree on that. I think it's him on the dot. Absolutely. Go for it.
Jamie says, I get him. He's saying basically two different actors were acting differently, and they didn't have a common personality across, between the two states.
Mm-hmm. Did Jamie see it?
I don't know.
I think he was just responding to what Randall was saying.
Gotcha. Yeah, but what else? I guess, should we go into spoilers this quickly?
There's not much to spoil, so I don't see the need to.
Oh, you're right. It's mostly...
Yeah, what can you spoil with this? Like, it's a movie about a kid getting powers.
Well, there's one cool spoiler at the end that happened, and it was pretty hype. But yeah, I won't spoil it here. You guys could.
Did they show Nick Fury coming back?
Yeah, dude. Now he's recruiting him for Endgame. So he's definitely going to be helping. So the top tier team is going to be Thor, Captain Marvel, and now Shazam. That's what I need them to set up now. After Endgame, they're gonna be like, "What can we do? Let's cross over to DC now."
Jamie says Black Adam.
Black Adam. I mean, is that movie still happening with The Rock?
He's saying that he's trying to guess the hype moment, Anthony.
Oh no, it's not. It's actually not Black Adam. So I guess spoilers. It's not Black Adam.
Rip spoilers.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It looks like it's still in development. Everyone just still news on it. Anyway, well, if that happens, I guess that'll be the next one, or maybe not. Due to there's after credit sequences that are on there. Just like any coming of age or superhero origin story, they had a rocky like, what is it? Montage of him learning his stuff and becoming powerful and whatnot. That sequence was hilarious.
Was it better than what was it? Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man?
Yeah, this was funnier.
All right, that's
like,
good.
Him learning in Spider-Man, it was like, oh, okay, he got some smirk. This is like hilarious. Because again, you're seeing it through like a kid's eyes, so they're like, "Oh, what if we try this and this?" And they try their powers on the most ridiculous things. Like, have you seen it in the trailer? I don't know if you've seen the trailer where he's trying to charge everybody's phone as he's walking down the mall.
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, well, there's a funny part there. There's one guy's response always gets me when I hear it. So I mean, it's in the trailer. I don't know if you want. Fuck it, I don't care. So he's charging the phones, right? And he gets this older gentleman. That oh, your phone's charged. And he's like, what the hell? He looks at what the hell, takes a couple steps, and then the battery starts exploding in his hand, and he chucks it, and he's like, what the hell? And he like yells so angrily, and it gets me every time. Because that would be everybody here if their exploded phone. What's up?
What's your favorite origin movie?
What's my favorite origin movie? Does it have to be like, okay, origin as in a specific character, or just the first in a series?
How about you just answer the question?
Guardians of the Galaxy is the first thing that came up when you said that.
Homecoming.
Okay.
What's yours, Randall? You didn't just ask and look away.
I don't really think I have one.
I'm sorry?
How'd you say Guardians of the Galaxy instead of Into the Spider-Verse?
Because Guardians of the Galaxy was better than Into the Spider-Verse. Like,
Oh, I don't know about all that noise, but
I like Into the Spider-Verse a lot, but Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 is like MCU, one of the MCU's top.
Doctor Strange, bro.
No,
that was
absolutely
actually
not.
the biggest waste of time.
It wasn't a waste of time, it just doesn't rank that high for me.
It was literally a visual tech demo, and that's what that movie was.
They're like, look at glass folding into itself. Oh, okay, thanks. Over and over again. I mean, the fight in the hospital was okay with the astral projection, but
Yeah, I feel like they could have done a lot more with like some of the fight scenes with that. You know, because he's like way more powerful than what they demonstrated, and then they just didn't use any of it.
they try to show some of his movesets in Infinity War, but there's only so much you can show in that
Even
movie.
in
Because
Infinity War, he was worthless, dude. Like,
whoa,
know,
back it up. That was worthless.
worthless.
I want you
Okay.
to watch that movie and then have an opinion on it.
Yeah, like, have you seen Infinity War?
Yeah, I've seen it several times. He was a worthless.
You think he saw the cartoon version, like in the 90s or something?
He saw the old Hulk and thought it was Doctor Strange.
He makes a bunch of copies of himself and then gets his ass whooped. He gets hit so hard, his soul comes out of his body for a second.
Okay, first of all, Naruto did that and we all fucking lost our minds. So, Doctor Strange, what do you mean you didn't lose your mind?
Yeah, that's because Naruto was useful.
He did the same thing! Except with better effects. What was yours again?
I didn't say.
What's yours? Best origin one. No, you asked me if Iron Man was it. And I'm like, no. Because then Iron Man at the time was, holy shit, this is awesome. But then more and more movies came out and overshadowed it. Go for it, Brent.
I was going to guess that his was one of the Dark Knight movies, but I don't remember if those are origins or not. I don't remember if he starts as Batman or if he becomes Batman in the first one.
The only one he became
Batman Begins.
Yeah, it's that one.
That's the beginning.
And I don't
one.
like Christian Bale Batman, so.
What's wrong
Well,
with Christian
excuse
Bale
me.
Batman?
Yeah, the hell?
What?
You don't
I
like
like his
Christian
voice.
Bale's Batman?
That's my only complaint.
I mean, it could be worse. It
Why,
could
you
be,
liked
you
it?
know,
Wait.
what was his name?
Wait.
Fuck.
I never
Ben
heard of an actor
Affleck.
named Fuck, but I'm sure. Is that
It could be Ben Askren.
Ben Affleck?
was the best Batman so far, and I stayed to that.
I think he was the best Bruce Wayne. I don't know about best Batman.
Really?
The only thing that was weird is that the fact that they used the voice changer. He didn't need that, but best Batman so far.
Yeah, I like him as Batman or Bruce Wayne.
Minus Kevin Conroy. Minus that. I mean,
We're not
live
including legendary voice actor the actual Batman. We're not including that, obviously. This is below the god tier.
I've been watching the Batman the Animated Series recently. It's so good. And Batman Beyond.
Wait, did he do Bruce and Batman Beyond as well?
Uh-huh.
Probably,
Oh, okay.
Did I tell you about that conversation I had with Joe?
Yeah, you did. The blasphemy he was spewing out to the public.
That's not like still infuriates me, man.
What did he say?
He said that and I quote, "The reason why they use Kevin Conroy sometimes is because they can't find a better actor."
What? Yeah.
I mean,
For the audio listeners, we're all in shock and awe. Because that is the most blasphemous thing I've ever heard in my life.
And I said he is Batman. He was like, that's what his reaction was.
Hey, everyone can have their opinion no matter how devastatingly wrong it is. Wrong, Randall. He was in Justice League. He had his own animated series. He's in Arkham series. He is the Bat. Yep.
That's what I was telling him, but I mean, I don't know.
Who does he think's the best Batman so far?
I don't want to know that answer, to be honest with you.
I don't think I continued the conversation on that after he said that. I just changed the conversation to something.
You know the Arthur meme when he has his hand fist? That's what's Randall the entire time throughout the conversation. So he's like, before I strike him, let me go and talk about.
Instead of just a closed fist, he had a batarang in it.
That's a good one. All right, Brian, let's take it down 3 notches. Well, back to Shazam. Fucking loved it.
Favorite part of the movie?
Favorite part of the movie? Oh my gosh. Damn. I think the Rocky montage of him learning his powers, I think would probably be my favorite part because it's hilarious throughout the whole thing. Him finding out how to use his powers.
A spoiler.
Huh?
Someone gets thrown out of a window. That's my favorite.
Oh my god, that's right. I saw Brian physically buckle laughing because it happened so fast. I forgot about that, dude.
Yeah.
That even made me laugh. That was funny, but it was not my best part. Not the best part.
That's the best part. Because
my favorite.
I saw what I would do as a villain. As a hero, I would do that.
As a hero, you would do that? Okay. Hey, I'm not. The fights between the superpowered people wasn't as bad as Man of Steel, where they were just flying everywhere. They were actually throwing punches. Yeah.
Did he get built for this movie, or is I mean, I know that the suit is supposed to be excessively big.
He says it's both. There's a bit of padding for his shoulders, but then he actually worked out and he actually got big.
Mm-hmm.
He said
he's in good shape. He's just not. That's not all him though.
According to him, and I think one of the latest interviews and stuff.
Gotcha.
It looks great, man. It's him moving around in the suit. Awesome. He looks like a superhero.
What about the liquor store scene?
That was, oh my god, no. Okay, so it's a tie between the liquor store scene, because everyone's seen the trailer where he's like...
Is this where he gets shot?
Yeah.
Dude, you're immune to bullets.
There's more to that scene. Like 10 seconds after he says that, it gets even funnier. So, yeah, that part, it's a tie then. Between that, and then after that, I think it's the compilation of him getting... or learning how to use some of his powers. But yeah, I highly recommend it. I don't see anyone walking out there not being entertained. They had this funny moment.
Apparently there were 2 here that were not entertained.
Yeah, I don't know which...
I literally said it was entertaining.
Can you please just go with it, Brian? It's called the improv show.
I was talking about Randall and Kimberly. Okay? I need you to calm down.
Is he like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Is it just Randall and Kimberly?
So which one's a scientist?
Dr.
Yes.
Jekyll.
You didn't say yes on any of your options, dude. I'm so sick of him, dude. Where are we at here? So yeah, I recommend it. If I had to give it, I don't know. I'm not gonna give it a rating. I don't know if I can do ratings. You go and watch it. It's worth the money. It's worth the what? $12 in the theater at this point.
$6.50 if you go during the matinee.
It's $6.50.
I don't have a clue, dude. I haven't been to a matinee in forever.
Okay, I was gonna say, the fuck am I watching it Friday nights then? I'm just gonna wait till the next day. That's half price.
Way cheaper to watch it before, was it 3 p.m.?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to check to see what the price difference then, because if it's half price, then what the fuck am I doing? Oh shit! So let's continue on my fabulous weekend. So then Saturday, we were celebrating my Janyana's brother John's birthday by hanging out and playing board game. I forgot the name of the board game we were playing. Did he even tell us?
Kingdom of Iron?
What is it?
Something like that? Kingdom of Iron or something like that?
Kingdom of Iron. Is that what it was?
What the hell is Kingdom of Iron?
I don't think that's it. Now that I said it out loud.
Yeah, I don't. State of the. I said gym.
Told you.
Well, was it like a? Oh, what the heck?
Oh, Iron Kingdoms. Iron Kingdoms.
Oh, Iron Kingdoms. I looked up Kingdom of Iron. I just found a bunch of like gym people. Iron. What?
We didn't work out that entire time.
Okay, yeah, Iron Kingdoms. I mean, we did like a couple, like once. Is it a one scenario? I don't know what we considered like a story arc. It was pretty fun. That was late at night though. Oh, I skipped ahead. Yeah, that was late, like at 7 or something. Before that, I sat down and watched Velvet Buzzsaw, the new movie by the director from Nightcrawler and Jake Gyllenhaal was in it as well. He was also the lead in Nightcrawler. Man, I was so hyped to watch this because of those two names, and I was just bummed out. Like,
that sucks.
Yeah, man. The trailer showed like it's supposed to be some sort of like suspense horror-ish kind of thing. The story is it's like an art director, not the art director, like an art critique is in it, and like a person finds art from an old guy who used to. Okay, I don't know if that's spoiling it. Okay, they stumble upon this art that has just a spoiler. Fuck it. You guys gonna watch this or not?
You said it was bad, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend watching it. So,
not even like as a, last resort type thing. Like, was it that bad? Like,
it's not that it's bad. It's there's nothing that hook you. Like the acting, Jake Gyllenhaal is a fantastic actor. They had a bunch of good names in here. What's his name? From Red.
Started movie 43, and that was apparently one of the worst movies ever.
Oh my god, I'm forgetting his name. You guys seen the movie Red 1 and 2?
You talking
Tom
about the old
Sturridge?
guy?
The old guy, yeah. Malkovich? Damn it.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Just
Something
look up Burn
Malkovich.
After Reading.
Yeah,
John Malkovich?
John Malkovich. Yes, he's in the movie
John
as well.
Malkovich.
Awesome.
I mean, you have Rene Russo, Jake Gyllenhaal, Tom Malkovich.
Yep.
Like,
Say Tom.
Yeah, I think it's
John.
John. I swear you said Tom.
I probably did. But I mean, there's some decent names in here.
Like I said, the acting's fantastic. The writing's great. It's just the plot is like, come on, dude. And it like builds up to these like jump scares that aren't really that great.
Wait, how's the writing okay? How's the writing good? But you said the plot is come on.
Because the writing is dialogue, Brian.
So the dialogue, the script is still writing.
So is dialogue.
So you would say the dialogue.
The writing is still dialogue. There's a screenplay and then there's dialogue.
There's two separate things.
All right, Brian. When you sit there and contemplate the astronomical physics of screenplays, the effects for the painting were pretty badass because they start moving and shit for X reason. Is it worth a watch? Maybe if you want to drink and just chill and watch something crazy with your friends or like something to just rip the movie apart. But to
Do you need to get stoned to watch this? Like, do you need to get hit in the head with a rock?
I think getting stoned will amplify the effect of the horror sequences where like the paintings come alive. You might get tripped the fuck out. But all in all, like it's like a pass for me. And then right after that, I watched the next movie I thought was gonna be fantastic because I've been waiting for, The Favorite. So this is takes place in like a long time, like in like England or London, a long ass time ago. And the Queen,
Olivia Colman?
yeah, I think it's Olivia. Is it Olivia Colman? Yeah, the Queen's played by Olivia Colman.
Looking at the link, so yes.
Oh, let me look at it. I put the links on here. I don't even fucking use it. Yeah, Olivia Colman plays the Queen, and Emma Stone plays Abigail Hill, which is the cousin of Rachel Weisz's character, Sarah Churchill. Who, I don't know what the relationship between Olivia's character and Rachel Weisz's character is. But Emma Stone's arc is she used to be royal family, but then her father like traded her in a cart and gambling, like literally put her to bet and lost. So now they owned her, or what? I don't know what the hell the rules are back in the day. So I guess it was hers. She got out of it somehow, started working to stay alive, and then went to her cousin, which is Rachel Weisz's character, to ask for a job. So now she works underneath her. The thing is, she caught on that the Queen isn't like right in the head because she's gone through like trauma and stuff. She tried having kids and stuff, and they've all died either after birth or before birth and stuff. So it drove her a little crazy, and she treats people favorably. Does that make sense? So the whole point of the favorite is trying to be the queen's favorite so she can get what she wants. Emma Stone's character wants to use her, and I don't know if Rachel Weisz's character is there to use her, but she runs like most of like the heavy decisions about war strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a actual title or whatever, but
just
strategist or whatever. And yeah, like kind of the same thing. It was a bit drawn out. The plot points, I'm like nothing stuck. The acting was fantastic. The dialogue again, fantastic. But I just could not. It took too long. Like it was one of those slow burns that didn't pay off at the end.
She did a good job in making me feel for the queen, though.
Who, Olivia Colman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, acting's phenomenal. Writing, phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
But there's nothing. There's not that much exciting things. The politics maybe a little bit exciting, but they're far and few between. The rest of it is both of Rachel Weisz's character and Emma Stone trying to suck up to Queen Anne, which up to a certain point she realizes what they're trying to do, so she just has fun with it. I mean, she's getting pampered at that point, and who doesn't like being pampered? That's when people respond, but I mean, they just stare at me.
It seems like a rhetorical question. What do you want from us?
This movie just sounds really kind of boring.
It was anything but boring.
It's not that it's boring. It's just like you start watching and you're like, you don't want to continue seeing the bad things happen. If that makes any sense.
All right.
I don't know if what can I? Shit.
What are you trying to say?
Like, you know how maybe you guys all saw Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it gets. Oh, Kelsey didn't. He's shaking his fucking head and said he didn't watch Breaking Bad. There's just a form of escalation. Like in Breaking Bad, they did a pretty good job of like, oh snap, what's gonna happen next? This one's like, I don't want to see what's next. If that makes sense.
Okay.
But again, that's probably a per person thing that they're okay with watching. It doesn't get like gruesome or anything. It's just like, okay, it just gets sad.
Shameless.
The Shameless has like they inject a lot of
them to get their shit together when I watch it.
Yeah, but I mean, like in Shameless, they inject a lot of comedy in there to substitute. This movie started with pretty good quips and clever writing, like clever dialogue for people to laugh at, and then it just into depression. You're just watching like the Queen and her being used left and right, and with shit that happens to Churchill, you're like, God damn. And then Emma Stone's like sinister ass plans. This one I do recommend watching because just to watch at least once. But I definitely see myself rewatching it again. Oh, the costume design, the set design, cinematography, fantastic as well. They have really good fucking shots, but again, I don't know. This is definitely a watch, like watch once, and move on. Shit.
You forgot something.
I did?
That show that we watched with the house.
Oh, I forgot to add that on. We only saw one episode though.
It's still worth talking about, I think.
Okay. I like how Randall
didn't
didn't put that under his, but he's like, yo, Anthony, you should have put it on there.
Because I just remembered.
Crazy.
At least I remember.
It's only one episode though. Like the whole show can change after that one episode.
Let me tell you something.
No, it can't.
When I get
what was it that Love Something and Robots?
Love, Death, and Robots?
Yeah. I mean, that's consistent throughout the entire thing.
And it's not. We finished that. I got some. There's like 2 or 3 episodes I didn't really care for. I'm like, but for the most,
go
for
I
it.
got home. I had like everything up until that point that we watched. I'll wait till my part to talk about it since 2 people already talked about it on the podcast. I'll wrap it up with a sentence after.
Well, I mean, then go ahead. Just
finish it off.
Yeah, like if
severely overhyped.
Severely overhyped.
It's the best thing. No, it's like a bunch of episodes. They're either really gorgeous they have good plot, or both. But it's not like this is the best show ever. It's something. It's cool to look at, and then you move on with your life. I enjoyed it, but it's not. Yo, Stranger Things, move aside. No, it's nothing like that.
But you didn't like shit blood and change religions and everything else.
No, but I enjoyed my time a lot with it. It's just these guys over here.
Brent has a weird way of reviewing things. He really does.
Or maybe you have a very biased way of reviewing things.
Yeah.
A very optimistic way of reviewing things.
He either has really good or really bad. There's nothing in the middle. Yo, what Randall said was right. It's fucking amazing. It's not that.
Yeah, go watch it. Brian's over here like he has a clamp on his cock right now and it hurts so much. So like he can't say anything positive. Go and watch the show. It's fantastic.
I literally already said things. Did I not, Kelsey? Did
That man said
positive
it's not the best thing here. No one's asking if it's the best thing here. Did you like it?
You said I already answered that. You said overhyped ? So that's why I elaborated. Anything else? Or is the bias clouding your vision in your ears?
Brian, I asked you after you've already started saying it's not the best thing.
I started with overhyped, then you went overhyped or raggy? And that's why I explained it.
Exactly. So if you started with overhyped and your reasoning is not the best thing.
And I continue to say why I said overhyped.
Alright, so go watch it because fuck Brian, dude.
God, such bias here, dude.
What's bias is why I'm taller than you. Alright, so moving on to
Only by 2 inches. And that's
what was
only
it?
Ryan's
See,
laying
Randall
down.
took the bias like as an adult, but Anthony like wah-wah about it.
Randall's trying to figure out why Kevin Conroy isn't the best fucking Batman here.
So what's next?
What is it? The Haunted of Hill House? Or
I don't remember the
The
name.
Haunting of Hill House?
I don't know.
Why are these
First
things
ep-
not in the doc?
The
How am I
first
supposed to
we
click
saw-
links?
we
The
saw
Haunting of
first
Hill House, which is the first episode. I had to go pee, so I mean, Brian has the plot synopsis for the first 5 minutes, maybe. Go for it.
Show starts and it follows a family in like past tense. They don't say the year, and they're all in this house. It's a house of a mother, a father, three females, and 2 brothers. 3 sisters and 2 brothers. One of the brothers wakes up. I think it's because one of the sisters had like a nightmare. Everybody walks in. Oh, it's fine. Whatever. Blah blah blah. Everybody tries to go back to sleep. The one who had a nightmare overheard her sister, like talking in her sleep. I think it was. So she gets up and like, hey, says her name. I don't remember the names. It's hey, are you okay? Whatever. And this shows it in a way where the camera's looking at her this way, and there's enough space behind her so you can see like the surrounding behind the girl, and you see a face come out of the shadow slowly, and then it shows the show, and it jumps to present time. So the kids that were in that scenario grew up, and they're all talking about basically how living there, I guess, scarred them, or they had to deal with that kind of house and how they grew up, and eventually their past comes to haunt them in the present. And that's basically the first episode. It was interesting. It's just not something I'd watch by myself because it has the type of like horror that I specifically cannot cope with. But it seems it was an interesting show.
I need to figure out how to get Shannon to watch this with me.
I mean, it's fine. I saw it, and it seems like a typical horror movie, like with like people being possessed and stuff, where like there's no rule set, so anything can come out of anything, or any like hallucination. Like I don't. One of those horror movies where there's no set rules. So like they're gonna make a creative way to scare you, which is fantastic. But then I'm sure they're gonna write their way around anything and just blame it on supernatural. So I mean, so far the first episode definitely had some decent jump scare, like pretty good suspense and whatnot. But well, at least like the last 5 seconds of it, when in the first episode, the fucking jump scare, I'm like, what the hell? And then it ends the episode. But I don't know. I'm still cautiously optimistic for this.
I mean, the trailer looks fantastic.
I've never seen like a horror show before. Like usually anything I see horror is a
film,
movie, like a one sitting kind of thing. So I would like to see, not by myself, I would like to see how this show, like, keeps the same energy throughout. Because I've never seen, like, basically the first episode is 60 minutes. I don't know how many episodes are per season. Let's say there's like 12. That's 12 hours of keeping that energy seems like a challenge.
Quite a tall order, if you ask me.
So yeah, I would like to see it. I'm not watching it on my own, especially because my room's always dark.
That's the best time to watch it.
You want to watch it with me, Bryant?
Yeah, I'm walking over.
You can watch it on Rabbit together.
But he's not here with me.
But he'll still yell over the microphone to scare the shit out of you, so...
That scares you guys. That didn't scare me.
Okay. At least he's recorded it on the podcast. That would not scare him. A loud yell in his ears.
From him specifically, no.
Okay.
I still laugh so hard thinking about how Johnny and I had to put the controller down because because of that scream, and then you were I don't remember where you were, but then I think Grandma was in the I think Grandma was in the kitchen with you and was like helping you wash dishes or something, and
yeah.
She like came over and tried to beat me.
Oh, we got a new fucking follow while we were talking. Ross White? I don't know how to pronounce it. How's it going? Welcome. Stay for a while. And then subscribe. That was Sunday we watched it, right? Then cut to yesterday. Played some Rainbow Six Siege for the event. I thought it was going to be something huge. It's just fucking hostage with the paint thrown at it. Unfortunately, I thought it was like a new mode, like they did with the co-op thing, the PvE stuff. That was unfortunately not the case. Then I ended my night with the first episode of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I saw one episode. That's all I needed. Go watch the show. Go watch the pilot. I forgot her name. Damn it. The actress who plays Miss Maisel. Why do I keep doing that? There's a link there, Anthony. I can see who fucking plays her. Rachel Brosnahan. Alex Borstein, known her from Mad TV and Family Guy. She's in it. Tony Shalhoub plays from Monk, I think he's from. Mm-hmm. Plays her father. It's fantastic. It's about Jewish people. They have the fucking accent from New York. It's great. The dialogue's quick. It's hilarious. The story so far is her Mrs. Maisel gets married to Mr. Maisel, who wants to be a comic. So throughout the episode, it's her supporting him and pushing helping him in any way, shape, or form. Like, this is like grade S wife. She's doing she's taking care of everything. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know what I'm saying?
We didn't watch it. Keep going, dude.
What?
I'm sick of all of you guys. Y'all trash.
You picked the worst times to say what we don't know what you're talking about.
I said person who takes care of everything. Wife that takes care of anything. You just say, yeah, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going.
Right, run it back. I got it.
No, it's over now. Very funny dialogue. Excellent shots. The environment. The set's the set's great. The chemistry between everyone in her family, like Tony Shalhoub, her mom played by Maren Hinkle. Nope, I'm a liar. Not by Maren Hinkle. Oh no, I'm right. Yeah, no, Maren Hinkle. And hers, it's funny. It's so far the first episode is hilarious. Up until the end where shit gets real, like it's mostly all up and bright and stuff, and then shit hits the fan with her relationship with her husband in a way that makes sense for her arc, and then she wants to become a comedian now. She gets the inspiration through going through being there for him the entire time, seeing how the comedy thing works. It's great. Highly recommend it. I'm going to keep watching it. Again, this is not like a go watch the entire season thing, but...
How many episodes did you watch so far?
1. That was just the first pilot episode. I'm like, if this is the pilot episode, I can only imagine the rest. Hopefully it stays as consistent as that first episode. And then
talking about the Marvelous Miss Maisel? Sorry.
Yes, sir. Welcome back.
Shannon just got home.
I don't want to hear excuses. You're in show business now, all right?
Apparently she's still talking to me and I'm ignoring her.
That's the price of showbiz.
It's the price of showbiz.
All right. Fuck. What am I talking about? That's it, man. That's all I did this week. Took us 40 minutes to get through what I did this week.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, man.
We went from Shazam to Batman to everything else.
Because Randall just reminded us of the blasphemy that is heresy around the world. That didn't make any sense. All right, Brian, tell me what you got, dude.
All right, I watched Shazam already. If I had to sum it up again to one sentence, it was entertaining and watch it at least once, I'd say. I listened to. I don't remember the day these things happen, because when you have a huge deficit of sleep, every day just blurs into itself. So, Vampire Weekend, I listened to their EP that came out this year. I don't know when it came out. It's only 6 songs. I liked 3 of them, but the other 3 were I didn't hate them, but I wouldn't request them. You know the songs that kind of just like filler in an album? That you don't like, you feel indifferent about it. That's how I felt about half this album.
That was like all of Free Spirit for me.
I was gonna listen to that, and I was like, it's just gonna be Khalid again with a different album cover.
Yeah,
I didn't bother.
It's basically that. Like I don't dislike his album. I'm just like, okay, like it's just more of his stuff. Like he does fine work. So I mean, it's whatever.
So I don't know if I'd recommend, if you like that kind of like, it's kind of indie, and I don't know how to.
Is it rock or is it EDM? Genre. Mesh?
It's like
alternative rock.
It's like rock, indie rockish. It's like that's the weird thing, because it sounds pop, but they're small. So it's like indie pop rock, but that doesn't make sense. That's a contradiction. I enjoyed it. It was alright. Would I recommend it if that's your specific niche in music? If not, don't worry about it.
And it's only 6 tracks. Like, why not? Yeah. And 2 of them
short.
are like less than 2 minutes.
Let me see. I think those songs were my favorite.
The less than 2 minute ones?
Yeah.
Big Blue? Is it because it reminded you of Smash Bros?
No. The exact opposite of Dun.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, let me pull it up. I like the Unbearably White, Big Blue, and 2021. So yeah, the 2 short ones and then the second song.
Gotcha. All right.
Everything else was too happy for me. I don't know.
Too happy for you.
It was too like. It didn't feel like genuinely happy music. It was like just manufactured. It didn't feel genuine. Is my complaint for those songs.
It wasn't convincing. I get it.
Yeah, but if it's your kind of music, I recommend it. If not, you can skip it. Then
and I think I heard this is Zara Larson. Did this come out like 2 weeks ago? It's like a pop song, right?
It's like it's a pop song that uses like dance hall drum patterns.
I think I heard it. I just don't remember talking about it.
There's bits. It's just a single. It's bits of her singing. They're like too high pitched for me, and it kind of throws me off. But the rest of the song, I thoroughly enjoyed.
I don't know. I just imagine like the high, like ear piercing pitch.
It's not that bad, but it's like off putting. Not to be confused with Offset, but
a yoga mat for the dog.
Yes, we can hear you.
I know you can hear me.
A yoga mat for the dog?
That's what it looks like.
Who's getting a yoga mat for the dog?
I don't know, some random person, but this, like, Shannon pulls this out. Like, it's hard to tell, but this looks like a fucking yoga mat for the dog, okay? Like who the fuck else is gonna use this?
By a random person getting that? Was that Shannon getting that?
No, I wasn't. So what was the story of this?
As we wait patiently for the...
Yeah. One of her coworkers from work, for whatever reason, bought her this thing. I have no idea. Like,
maybe it's like a. Maybe the dog's out here. Let me look up dog yoga.
Dog.
We don't have a crate for the dog.
Yoga with dog. There's images inside a dog yoga class.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen Yoga with a goat.
That doesn't help anything. Different. The camera's right there. First of all, that just blocks my screen. I don't need to see my screen. There's nothing on the screen that I need to see. You guys see the shit I have to deal with?
She's ruining the production.
Why do I put up with you?
You just have to blast Trina and it'll get her away.
Now, if I blast Trina, she's gonna start twerking or something.
No,
okay.
You put it on like a Bluetooth speaker, and you throw it out of the room, and then she follows it. I don't think you heard me.
He didn't.
Look, he's gonna pretend he knows what I said, right?
You put it on. You put it on something, but I couldn't hear the rest of it.
So then after that, I
What a dick.
I tried Crypt of the Necrodancer since I saw that they're doing like a collab game with Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, how is it?
It's pretty hard. So, it's what are those kind of games? It's like Binding of Isaac. What would you, roguelite?
Roguelite.
Yeah, it's like an isometric. It's the same camera angle as Binding of Isaac, and you go into like a dungeon. I don't know the lore as to why you're there. And like random items from chests, you gotta kill things, get to the next floor. But in order to move, you have to press the move button on the beat of the song that's playing. Or
What
else
happens?
You just get stuck there.
There's no penalty besides you don't move?
You don't move, but everyone around you can still move. So like you can try to attack them or whatever, or like try to move. If you miss it, you're kind of stuck there. And someone next you can just slap the shit out of you.
Oh, okay. That's pretty nice.
It's fun. It's just I'm bad at it.
Well, if it's on beat, then how's the music?
It's like it's kind of EDM-ish. It's
Ah,
kind of
okay.
EDM-ish mixed with kind of. There's a shopkeeper you can buy items from, and if you meet him, he starts singing to the song, but like with an opera voice. So it's like a weird mesh of in between of that.
Well, that's pretty badass.
Apparently, you can use your own MP3s. So I don't know why you didn't have God's Plan or.
That's Anthony.
Yeah, that's me, dude.
What? Sorry, not God's Plan. What was the one you always have me clap to?
Well, I'm sorry,
That's
he's
passion
doing
fruit.
what?
That's passion fruit.
Clap with your hands, right?
Both.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking stream are you running, dude?
As a sub, he gets access to my private Snapchat.
Oh, got it. He's got an OnlyFans.com link.
Yeah. But yeah, if you like those kind of rhythm games and you like roguelikes, it's a fun mix of it, and it seems like you can unlock more characters that play differently. They give you access to the main character, which plays normally, and then a bard that gets rid of that whole tap on beat to move, and it makes it so that the enemies can't move until you do. So it's kind of like a pause in between, but I didn't want to do that. I felt like I was a cheap whore. So I played with the regular character. I enjoyed the game, though. I'll play it more. I recommend it.
Okay, that's okay. That makes me look forward to the Zelda one more.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Definitely gotta play
I
it
think
then.
that's everything I did.
All right, Kelsey, tell me about your car and Clicker Heroes 2. For fuck's sake, dude.
So finally went out and bought a new ball joint for the car, and bought the bit that I need to actually finish the front suspension. And since I can't find the key lug nut or the key nut for the lug nuts, I bought I forget what it's called, something to remove the lug nuts and just get rid of them.
A lug nut remover.
Sure, we'll go with that.
It's a technical term.
So probably start working on the car again soon. Clicker Heroes 2, such a waste of time. Like, it's so boring. You know, it's just so we bought it because the original one wasn't bad. Like, it was a lot of fun. The second one, they changed up the whole, like, a lot of the way that it worked.
Wait. Let me stop. I'm sorry to cut you off here. Wasn't the first one free?
Yeah, the first one was free,
and
but you had like microtransactions. And go ahead.
So did they keep the microtransactions in the second one, but add a price tag, or they just price tag and you don't have to worry about microtransactions?
Price tag, you don't have to worry about microtransactions.
Got it.
That I can remember.
Okay.
But they so people were pretty pissed when they came out and said that they were going to charge for, you know, this stuff, and it was they had a response basically like, we want people to just enjoy the game. We don't want people to, like, you know, play it and then feel compelled to
buy more stuff.
You know, the stuff if they're like not enjoying the game and things. And so we're just going to charge them for, you know, this one. and then let them just play it. And when it first came out, I mean, it took forever to fucking do anything. And so apparently it's still in early access. I don't know how it's still in early access. I'm pretty sure I've had this for over a year now. Or, well, apparently July 16, 2018. So almost a year, and it's still in early access.
That's the story of a lot of games on there.
Yeah. And so they released a big update recently where they made it a lot easier to start progressing in the beginning. And then they added this thing called guilding, which is, I mean, it's what you used to do in the first one, where you would you'd get to a certain point where you couldn't really do much more. So you would guild and reset your character back to level one, but you would be exponentially more powerful. So all the early stuff would be super easy, and then it wouldn't start getting harder until closer to, where you were just having a bunch of slowdown, and then you just keep doing that over and over and over again. And then they also had these ancients that you could buy in the first one, which would increase your powers based on however many ancients you spent, or however many times you bought the same ancient with souls. They don't have any of that in this game. In this one, they have a skill tree where you start from a specific point, and then you buy new. As you level up, you get a skill point, and then you can buy one of the things on the tree, and it just, some things are really awesome where it can change the way the game plays. You have one where your normal attacks don't interrupt skills, or it does massive damage increase. But all in all, the game's just not very good. All the recent reviews are just mostly negative, and it's a mixed review altogether. They don't seem to know where they're going with this game. They came out with it's a totally newish game compared to its original, and it just seems like they threw a bunch of ideas against the wall and were yeah, let's do that.
So are they still up? You said what was the most recent update?
I don't remember. I don't know when it was. Adam had messaged me and said that they had released one, and so we started playing it again. And the beginning was a lot better. It was, it still took. It's supposed to be an idle game, but it's not really an idle game. In order to really start progressing, you have to actively
click,
be there and play it. And it doesn't just run in the background, or it doesn't run when you're not there, or the game is not loaded.
Right.
Like the first one did. And so you're spending for the first several levels, you're spending an hour, maybe a little bit more, trying to get through the levels if you don't know what you're doing. And then eventually you get down to where a level takes 10 minutes. But then you hit world 30, and you guild, and everything resets. Only this time, your character is stronger, but everything is way harder. And it, when we hit that, it was taking us 2 hours at a time to finish a level, and it's this is fucking ridiculous.
That seems boring after a bit.
Oh, it is. It gets really boring.
So this is that sounds like it's a pass.
It's a pass. I started playing it because I was because I really enjoyed the first one, and I enjoyed this one when it came out. And then when Adam told me there was a big update, I was okay, well, I'll give it a chance. And then we, played it up to a point, and he's been sticking it out a little bit longer than I have. I think he's getting to the point where he can guild again, and I'm waiting to see what his update is on that. But I just don't want to sit here for 2-3 hours a day, per level, trying to get to a point where it only takes me 6 minutes again. It just is ridiculous. I'm not expecting to blow through the thing, but if you're gonna have something in the game that totally changes the way the game plays, you should either have it hashed out completely when you do it, or just let people continue to blow through the game.
So you brought up an interesting topic here. Would you guys rather have a free to play game, or a pay up front and not have to pay any microtransactions afterwards? And I mean no DLC, nothing. Here's your product. The next thing we're going to sell you is a sequel.
That. Just pay up front and not worry about it until after the next game. Depends on what kind of game it is, because if it's a game that's like high ceiling or high skill ceiling in order to get into it, like a fighting game or like a MOBA or whatever, those kind of games I think really need a free to play model that makes sense. Because if people who, let's say, Dragon Ball Fighters or Street Fighter, and they spend this amount of money and they get in, they just get their shit pushed in by people who've played it, it's gonna feel like a waste of money, and they're like, they're just turned off by their purchase. If it's like a free to play game, they can justify putting the time in since they didn't put the currency in. I think, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's more accessible.
And if you want to not play it again, well, it didn't cost you anything. I'd never pay money for a clicker game, first of all. I could never justify that. Same thing with card games. I wouldn't spend upright money on that.
And is that because Hearthstone's free, or?
Because there's good games within the genre that I don't have to pay for.
Right.
So why would I pay for the
Artifact
one if I can just get a better experience, because people have been shitting on it, for $0?
Right.
I mean, it really depends on the game, or the type of microtransactions you're talking about. Like, if it's a pay-to-win model, then I'm never going to pay to win. Like, I'm not. Even if I have the money, I have no reason to, spend thousands of dollars in the small chance to get a good character or card or whatever it is,
or a weapon or something.
Yeah, but like Path of Exile is a free game. It has microtransactions for
cosmetic stuff.
Yeah, same thing with like League of Legends. Amazing games that constantly release new content and make the game even better, or at least like listen and make changes based on their players' feedback.
Right.
And people spend thousands of dollars on that game every day, but it's not like, Galaxy Legends was a pay-to-win game. It was an old game I used to play. I think it's still around, but it was a game I played on my iPad, and I had a lot of fun with it. I was like one of the top 5 people in the server, but that's because I played it all the time. And then they started losing a bunch of people, and so they merged our server with somebody else, and we got merged into a server where people spent like thousands of dollars on the game, and they just blew everybody else out of the water, so that it just wasn't fun anymore. It's like, I'm not going to spend $900 to be guaranteed getting this new ship and a whole bunch of items that come along with spending that much money that give that one person the huge advantage.
The only time I think prefer spending the money outright and not worrying anymore is if I trust the developer. So the Witcher CD Projekt Red, they put a bunch of just free shit out there before they even decided to put DLC, and they show an actual like appreciation towards their fan base that I'm fine with spending that money for more content as a reward. Same thing with, and I've already ranted about this enough, for Skullgirls. I bought the game 6 times because of how well they treat their fan base. That game is basically, you buy once, never have to pay again, because when they were releasing DLC characters, you had 2 whole weeks to just claim them for free. You didn't even have to buy the character. If you wait till after that, then they're like $3 or something?
Yeah. So for the people who are already there and bought into it, they get the free bonus. So if there's people coming in, they can monetize that way.
That. When the fuck is Indivisible up?
I thought they had a date out for that.
No, just first half or something like that. Or
while you look that up, I have a question in my chat for Kimberly.
Okay.
What is the most amount of money you've spent on pants?
This was directed to me?
Yes, sir. The running gag is that one person in his chat calls you Kimberly.
I don't know.
You don't know the most you spent on pants?
That I have or will?
No, that you have. Like a past time, like...
I don't know. I think the most I've probably paid for pants is $65.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Was that a pair of suit pants, or is that like just...
Most likely.
No, they were name brand jeans.
What the hell?
Yeah, they were like, I don't know, Burberry or some junk like that.
Okay.
You guys remember Jenkos?
Do I?
I remember the name, but I've deleted what they look like.
They were like very baggy jeans.
Oh.
Excessively baggy jeans. Okay. I'm pretty sure you mirror the same sentiment with these guys, with the buying up front instead of microtransactions, or...
Yeah.
If the game has nothing that gives the player an advantage, microtransactions all the way. Like, the clicker heroes microtransactions in the beginning, that gave the player advantage because you could buy, like upgrades and things for the character. I mean, they gave you a ton of like coins and things in the game that you could use, but it wasn't like you'd be totally lost if you didn't buy it. In this one, they seem to give you a hell of a lot more in-game currency. They're called rubies, and I think you can buy rubies in the game still, but it doesn't really give you that much of an edge because the shop guy only shows up every so often, and he only has a limited supply of things that you can do.
Okay. Well, I'm on the same boat. I'd rather have like games like God of War and Spider-Man, where you just drop your... Where you drop the I don't know, you're going to start giving us a rendition of the theme song, so go for it.
I mean, you can't say that name without...
God of War. Look, I said it, nothing happened. Like God of War or Spider-Man from last year. I didn't buy any of the DLC for Spider-Man, but I was more than happy with what we got from the base game. Like the next thing is, Days Gone coming out in like 2 weeks? Mm-hmm. Like hopefully that's a complete package, so you don't have to pay once up front. And there's enough content on there that'll keep... I guess if the gameplay loop is there. Because Spider-Man didn't have that much, I would say, different content. It's just the moment-to-moment was addicting in a very good way, where you just wanted to keep checking those boxes around the city. Which is the thing that Assassin's Creed has been learning to do pretty well. And same with The Division 2. Randall,
what?
A.K.A. Kimberly, A.K.A. Brian. Tell me about your visit to the dentist, though.
I don't want to talk about that anymore. I thought it was a good idea at the time, but...
So why do you put
it? Can't back out now.
Yeah, like we know there's a
everybody's hyped.
Yeah, there's
really nothing to be hyped about. Like,
how's your chat asking for it? They don't know. They see the doc.
Don't worry.
He's lying.
Yeah.
Don't show the doc. That's for us. That's for production purposes. All right.
Rando, we just heard like 20 minutes of Clicker Heroes 2. Do you really think it's gonna be worse than that?
Yeah.
Okay then. The only thing we have for Randall's visit to the dentist is, quote, my gorgeous visit to the dentist, end quote. We'll move on then. Brian, hit us with your topic.
All right.
Please read it correctly.
I wrote it. I fixed it.
Oh, you did. You did.
If Kirby sucked you up, what would be the power he gets from it, and how would his appearance change?
In his offense, though, how there's no way you can write that.
If he inhaled you.
Yeah, there's a way to write, but it's my question, so I'll ask it how I want to ask it.
Oh, okay.
For the audio listeners or people who are watching, Kirby does not suck you up in a sexual way.
He can.
He basically eats his opponents, and if the opponent has some sort of power, he mimics or clones it. And that's what he's asking. I have two for mine. I saw that question. I'm like, I have two easy ones. I'm pretty sure everyone here can guess it.
Abusive hair.
No, that's one of them. He's not fucking lying. And then the second one?
Second one.
It's pretty simple. You're doing something that should remind you of it. What you just did, Brian, your physical movement on screen?
On my eyebrow or my eye?
Alright, so you don't know.
Flexed? Oh, muscle?
Nope.
Which, I did this.
Yeah.
And I smiled.
He rubbed his hand over his forehead. Alright, so to fucking stop the dead air here, sweat. I'd be water type, dude. If he'd inhale me, he would be just sweating and throwing sweat at people. Or super hairy. Like, he'll just turn into Donkey Kong when he gets eaten up.
He just gets this massive, glorious beard.
I don't have a glorious beard.
You could, though.
Okay, we're not living in what could be happening, okay? Otherwise, I could be Shazam, or I could be Thor, or I could enter Avengers' name, even Black Widow. I could wear a red wig.
You can't.
Okay, see, I'm just surrounded by downers. Is what I'm surrounded by. I mean, those are my two answers. Like, I don't. That's when you put that on in the doc, I'm like, I got it. There's nothing else that would make sense.
So he would look hairy, and you'd have water powers.
Yeah. That's not funny, Kelsey. It's a fucking it's a goddamn problem. It's not crying. It's I'll run away from you, and my sweat would trip you up if you try to chase me.
I would think that like his hair collects water, and then he just like flaps it at you.
Oh, that's cool. Randall, I need you to
sonic boom.
Randall's like, I don't got anything for that. Yeah, you can't block that, Randall. That sweat's getting on you.
Umbrella, dude.
Ooh, he got me. All right, what do you guys think? Let me see. What would happen to Randall? Oh, he can ooze peanut butter.
I love peanut butter.
Wow.
I think he would just cream pie everybody.
Yes, that's true. This is a reminder this is an explicit podcast. Kids should not be listening to this.
No, he's talking about the fruit cake or whatever.
No, they know what I'm talking about.
No, everybody knows what you're talking about.
I've seen your stream.
Okay.
Wait, which one are we talking about? The browser's link or the normal
the
link?
browser's one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then he'd probably just exclusively wear all black if it was Randall.
He's talking about the hostess cream pie, according to Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Why does he got a...
Yeah.
Whose side is
The
he
brown
on?
soft cookie with cream.
Ooh. What are we talking about? Do you guys have your powers? Brian, you asked the question, so I'm sure you thought about it already.
I purposely try not to think about my questions until I'm on here.
Oh my god. Do any...
I mean, mine's pretty easy. It'd just be a jacket, and then I'd probably throw notes at people. Or I'd be like Bugsy.
Music notes. Okay.
Yeah, I'd throw music notes at them, or I'd just be like Bugsy. So I'd grab them, but then I'd yell at them, and then that's it.
I like that one. That seems to fit.
Either
Kelsey,
that or
what do
just
you...
wrench throwing. One of those.
Kelsey, what do you think your power would be? Or Kirby's power would be if they ate you?
Yo, it's all thanks to the host, man.
Oh, that's a pretty cool power right there, dude.
I can sum up Kelsey's like immediately.
Go for it. Let's hear it. I want to hear this.
You know how they get specific, like when Kirby sucks you up, you get the ability name, not the character?
He's not sucking me up.
So it would just be called a repetition, and he'd have a goatee and like blue eyes now. And you know how the Mike guy, he says 3 songs specifically in the same order?
Uh-huh.
It'd just be Kelsey's like catchphrases, but in random, and they end it themselves.
I think his powers would be an overwhelming depression and a weight problem.
Okay, How would you visually represent that? And your attack? Does he just end it himself?
Probably just be like a sumo wrestler with a slick back like an emo and eyeliner.
Okay. Kirby in the chat says his power would be anxiety or gun, and he would look like Cousin It. Who's Cousin It again?
How do you not know?
Is that from Addams Family?
Yes.
Addams Family. Oh my god, that's an excellent... How do you get his sunglasses on there?
At night.
Nice. Randall, what you got?
What do you mean? Brian already did?
We did Kelsey's. I don't remember
No,
him.
he did mine. He said I would wear all black and something else. I forgot what it was.
And he's cream pieing everybody.
Oh, that's right, the cream pies.
It looked like Mr. Mr. Game & Watch when he gets sucked up by Kirby?
I don't know if all of that.
Yeah.
He's just wearing a black outfit, and you see like the Eddie Murphy mustache, and then that'd be the extent of it.
Jesus. Alright, well, that was a cute one. I was gonna say, what would you look like if Yoshi's, like, as a Yoshi egg? But who cares? How about Yoshi?
Probably white.
Look, you hear that? Of course, yeah, okay. Randall, you asking us, we're gonna start a business seminar now.
You can skip that stuff, man.
How you gonna put it on there? We're gonna skip it.
Yeah, right.
Because, man, in my mind, when I'm typing this stuff, I'm like, you know what, this might be pretty interesting. But then when I see it, it's like, that's no.
Well,
So you know how you fix that, Randall? You write it down on a piece of paper, and you go and you look in a mirror, and you read it off to yourself, and go, that's a terrible idea.
Why would you need a mirror?
Why wouldn't you need a mirror? You gotta tell it to somebody.
But you're okay. But if you I guess if you hold it like this, and you okay. Anyway, all right. Kelsey has a question for the podcast here.
Skipping all of this?
I guess so. He doesn't want to talk. It's his thing. He doesn't want to talk about it. How do we get Randall more involved in the podcast? See, I have
I thought
some.
we were getting more involved today with his questions. Like,
yeah.
he actually put stuff on the board. I was like, nah, man, I don't want to talk about that.
3 times now. 4 times because I saw him write a third one and then I saw him delete it.
Just completely delete
I mean,
it.
I'd
What's
actually
your
be interested to hear what he
goal?
has to say about his second question, or if he has like thoughts.
Oh, he has thoughts.
All
What
right.
happened?
All right, fuck it. We're going to go ahead and answer as best we can. First question Randall put on here. Do we have any advice on successfully creating a following for social media? I'm going to start off with I do not have a successful following on social media. But
Jamie says no thoughts, only dreams.
I like that. It has layers. It has
Like
layers.
an onion.
No, idiot, like a tree.
I'm sorry. You're right. It's like an ogre.
Kroby in the chat says, if I follow you, what the fuck? No, I'm not saying I don't have followers. I'm saying a successful like a lot of people.
Like a cult following.
Like a cult following, right?
Start a cult. That's my advice.
He says he's all he needs. He's all I need. Hey, man. I apologize. I guess be active on it and share it as often as possible. It's only like keep the brand name like in focus. No,
The reason why this conversation came up because I was talking to Joe at work. For many of you who don't know Joe is a comic book artist, and he has a YouTube channel called Joe Catapano. And
I hope you're not just saying that without spelling it, because look at their faces. None of them have any idea how to spell any of that. So can you imagine the audio listener?
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
That's it? That's it? I'm sorry?
You want me to try to... I don't remember how to spell his last name.
It's fine. We're recording this. I hope Joe watches this and he's like, oh my god, we're going to get a plug.
You know what's funny is today I was searching up his YouTube channel while he was standing next to me and I was misspelling his last name.
Oh, he hates you, dude. That's why he doesn't like this Batman anymore, dude. Because he's like, what is Randall like? I'm going to talk trash about it from now on.
But anyway, he has like 500 people following him on YouTube, like 532 or something like that, following him on YouTube. But he has like over thousands of people following him on Instagram.
Nice.
So, but he streams a lot. Like I think he streams 3 times a week consistently for at least 3 hours each time.
Okay, that's pretty decent.
So, but he can't figure out how to get his following up on his streams because he said the most he might have in a stream is like 5 people.
Well, because the thing is, well, I told him when he was here for the Smash Bros tournament, like YouTube has streaming, but that's not where people are watching things, and Twitch is the dominant place to watch things.
I told him that, but you
can go to other places like Mixer or Facebook, but they just don't have nearly the problem with Twitch is there's already so many big streamers. It's really hard to get noticed. Most people don't scroll past the first 5 people.
Yep.
And then they usually look at the number of viewers and go, that dude has 13,000, the next guy has 800. I'm going to watch the guy with the 13,000. There are very few people that actually scroll down and look at people who are, even if they're doing something unique. Like, I probably got the most viewers when I was working on my car, but that was a very unique stream, and there aren't very many people that I've seen that actually work on their car, while streaming. But, there's an entire channel set for people that are like doing comics or doing anime or making some sort of art.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to get noticed, but you just gotta eventually somebody will come in, and you just have to keep up with what you're doing.
I told him, like I said, there's more people watching the art channel on Twitch than there is people watching art on YouTube. So I told him you can do a multi-stream if you're not in a contract with YouTube streaming, and then once you get an affiliate or partner with Twitch, you're gonna have to drop YouTube probably, unless you can work something out with Twitch. But
I mentioned the Twitch thing to him, but his answer was that he has followers on YouTube already and he has none on Twitch, so he doesn't want to go to Twitch and try to and basically start over.
Well, I told. No, I already told him. There's a thing called.
Take that risk.
It's the risk, and you can also use Restream, especially since you're not even an affiliate on Twitch. You're not tied to Twitch at all. You haven't signed anything. He can use the Restream, and it'll stream to multiple locations at once.
I mean, he could broadcast to Facebook, Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time.
Especially since he just started off, that'd be great for him. Because then whichever platform takes off for him, he can then switch over to that primarily.
And it'd probably be a great idea for him to like start streaming on another service, and then similar to what Anthony does, where he uploads his videos to YouTube, because you get followers that follow him on YouTube and that can't necessarily watch the streams, but you never know, things might change where they would be able to, and they'll start watching the live shows rather than just listening to the rebroadcast.
It's giving them options. That's how you get me. You give me options. If I go to the options menu in any games, you got me. If you got a lot of options in that option menu, I'm talking good about you. You giving me options.
Customization.
Yeah.
That's what Bryant needs.
Well, Bryant needs 7 hours for customization.
I don't understand the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for social media, like you got to be active on it, as active as possible. If you have a thought that comes to your head, and you have a question, engage it with your community. Ask the question, share it. Like Instagram and stuff, they have those polls, right, on the Instagram Live or whatever. Am I right?
Hashtag still.
What?
You gotta add hashtags to your
I asked you a separate question.
I know, but I didn't care about your question. I needed to...
Okay.
I've never used Instagram's like TV or whatever you're talking about, so I don't know what to add for that.
Well, even on Twitter, I think they have polls, right?
Yeah.
Like even small things like that. You have a question, you're like, oh, you want to gauge community? You just have to be as active as possible. Go ahead, Brian.
Did you say Instagram TV or just the stories?
The story. I meant stories, but I think I said TV.
You can put polls in that as well. You can post like a tit picture or something and like hot or nah.
I don't think you can do that.
You can do not a tit pic, but you can do polls like I don't know if you can do more than 2 options. You can put a Johan found your friend for you, Randall. You can set it so you can put like a topic, like a question with a topic, and people can write in, and you can decide if you want to post that question and answer it on your Instagram story. Same thing with minus the question thing for Twitter. Facebook has polls.
So you can have
YouTube
an AMA.
has polls now too.
Yeah.
I mean, socializing is one of the best things that you can do. Like being active on your social networks and joining other networks that are either just starting out like you. I mean, like look at like Atomo. I met Atomo through Jambi's stream, and I've met several friends, viewers that are from his stream that come in and actively watch my stream.
It's all about engaging, and he can do collaborations with other artists. Maybe like one of them can do the illustrations while he does the ink or something like. And then that way you get across the audiences, how to get a successful following in social media, be as active as possible in social media. That's all. I mean, again, I don't have, no offense, Kroby again. I don't have the thousands of followers or whatever on there. That's because I'm not Shroud or Tim the Tatman or whoever. Like
Tim the Tatman?
Yeah.
You don't know who Tim is?
He doesn't watch streamers, so.
It's an angry fat white guy yelling all the time.
Yeah.
So basically a better version of me.
He's not that angry. He seems pretty happy most of the time.
Well, but when he does get angry, it's hilarious.
It's pretty prominent.
I don't think I've seen him angry. Then I usually just see him yelling stupid shit like forehead.
he tries to like play a lot of the anger off as a joke, but then there's that boiling point where there's no return.
Yeah.
He's about ready to put his hand through his monitor, and he has to step away from his computer.
I've seen it when he used to play CSGO, when he played Overwatch, and now when he plays Fortnite. Like, it happens. I see it. You can tell it's not being played up anymore.
Speaking of Tim, on a side note, I was watching his stream one time, and he was having all these people donate to him, be like, bro, you need to put the chair together on stream, because he had bought a new chair. And he's like, I don't want to put it together on stream. I don't want you guys to like laugh at me about how awful I am at putting this together. And like got like thousands of dollars in donations about him
the chair.
putting the chair together on stream. He's like, you guys really want me to put together the chair on stream? And they were like, yes, for fuck's sake. Like, how many times are we going to tell you this? And he goes, okay, I'll think about putting the chair together on stream. The very next donation it was, bro, you realize that chair comes together in the box. He's like, what? Yeah, and then like the guy that donated was like, yeah, you said it was this chair, right? Yeah, it comes pre-assembled, already put together or pre-assembled for you in the box.
How can you not tell in the package if he did he already have it?
I have no idea, And so he goes, okay, we're gonna check this out. So he gets out a knife and he opens up the box, and then pulls the whole fucking chair out of the box.
Oh my god!
Like, okay, Chad, I put it together on stream.
Thank you for the donations.
Yeah, he was like, shit, dude, I feel so bad now that you guys are doing all these donations and it's already put together.
Wow. Where we at? Social media. Yeah, that's all I had. Unless you guys had anything else to add about the social media stuff.
Be different. Post a
What?
lot, but don't be like, this is my cucumber. Like, be interesting.
What did you say?
I said be different at first, and then you said what?
What do you mean cucumber, though? What?
Like, don't be boring.
Don't
be like, I got up today, did a jumping yak.
All right,
like,
let's move on
cares.
here. Brian's just going to just start roasting humanity at this point. Kroby in the chat says Joe Catapano is currently streaming as we record this. I'm not sure how this helps people on the podcast, but... Oh, how to spell it, I guess, since we're going to plug him here, because Randall has absolutely no idea how to plug his friends. Joe, Joe, last name Catapano, Catapano.
Is that on YouTube right now, or is he on...
Most likely. I mean, if he has the YouTube following, he's probably on YouTube. Somewhere streaming Sekiro. All right. Next question by Sir Randall. In the second part of this business seminar. Don't shake your head like you didn't put these questions down, Randall. How much savings should you acquire with your personal business before quitting your day job? Again, I have not gotten enough savings for my personal business to quantify quitting my day job. But how much do I need to save? I need to, if I were to ever stop my day job, the money coming in needs to pass how much I'm currently making. Because you get charged more taxes for owning your own business. So I can't just stop exactly... I can't just have the same amount as if I'm my current day job, if that makes sense.
Zordon says, the answer to your question is 2 years of income.
There you go.
He's a financial guy, so he would probably know.
Then there's your answer. The boy came through with a definite
So when
answer.
he says 2 years of income, he means... Of my expenses or what I make?
Of what you make.
Probably 2 years of what it would require for you to survive.
So my expenses. Yeah, my expenses.
He said that 2 years is likely conservative since you lose health/welfare benefits tied to your employment.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably want 3 or 4 years.
Okay, I don't know if that's what he meant by...
Once you're 50 and you retire,
health
then
and
you
welfare
can start
benefits are huge. Like, that's a lot of money.
But there you go.
If you start a business, it's more like 5 to 10 years, honestly.
There you go, Randall. You got 5 to 10 years to start making that whop and put it in a safe spot.
Like, I mean, are you talking about like savings so that you can like quit your job and do that full time, or are you talking about like you have a full time job and then you start your own business and you're like actually starting to make money and?
No, you can keep going. Randall keeps saying and you're not done yet.
I was letting you know that you answered the question and you didn't have to keep going.
He gave you 2 options. There were 2 different scenarios and you kept saying yes.
The second part is irrelevant. He answered the first time.
Okay.
So you're talking about having a full-time job and then doing stuff on the side.
Yeah.
So that you can.
So I can quit my day job and do my business and do my business full time.
So you actually you have an income coming in from your side job. It's not just I've saved up enough money. I'm gonna just cold turkey quit whatever it is that I'm doing and go into the business.
No, I have income coming in from.
All right, because that was the second half of the question.
But no, he's got it. His favorite character is Silver Surfer. He went through fucking time, and then he read through. It's the end game now, boys.
Could you please? What were you gonna say, Kelsey?
I honestly don't even remember because of the yes, but
did he just ask you what were you gonna say when he was fucking interrupting you?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy that people do that.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, you would want to be bringing in. You'd want to be bringing in enough money to at least survive, but before you just decided to quit, like at least if you have, at least if you're already making money, that's very different than having a savings account full of 2 to 5 years of survival, but before quitting and starting.
You're not starting off from scratch. You already have the income. You just gotta make more in your side stuff than you do in your day job. And it's got to be consistent. It can't be just like, oh, I got one lump sum that is more than it. Does that answer your question?
I mean, you really didn't say anything I didn't already know, but I was kind of looking for something new just in case I didn't think about it.
Well, I mean, your question and what your question and your example are two different scenarios. One, your question says, what I get out of it is basically I want to know how much I would have to have in a savings account to just quit my job cold turkey and start my business.
Yeah.
Your scenario is I have a job, I have a side job, my own company that I'm, actively working on and making money. How much money should I be making before I can quit my full-time job to work on my current side project or my company full-time and not have to worry about stuff? Because those are two very different scenarios.
That's not what I meant in that question. The first one that you asked was what I mean.
Okay.
Was how much should I have in savings before I can quit cold turkey and?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
According to Zed, 2 years is pretty conservative. 5 to 10 years is probably better. He wants to know what tax brackets we're talking about.
Well, that's way back. That's all you, man.
I'm not disclosing that on the interwebs.
I don't know what the interwebs is, but Brian has added a last-minute question. This is breaking news. Brian wants to know, when is Randall going to first... Well, to be honest, if I read this literally, it would say, when is Randall going to feet 10 me in the bzz? I stay waiting. But in slang, it translates to, when is Randall going to first attend me in Dragon Ball Fighter Z? I stay waiting.
He doesn't have his team yet.
Randall. Okay. I don't even want to continue this conversation.
Didn't you tell me you was waiting for Super Bowl?
So what's the news?
Isn't that what he said?
No, Randall. No. Just no.
He didn't say that. He's never said that.
Randall, it doesn't matter what he says he's looking for his character. He's been ready to fight you since it came out.
That's not what I'm asking. Did he or did he not say he's waiting for Super Bowl?
That's not confirmed.
So that's not confirmed?
I thought no.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm muted.
When you was talking about it, I thought you knew something, like you knew he was coming out.
Well, as soon as Joker comes out, he's going to add him into his rotation.
All right.
Yeah, but Anthony has him already, so.
This is why I didn't want to continue this fucking conversation. Oh my god. So the answer to your question, Brian, is probably never. News. The only news I saw that was of importance, and is Netflix's live-action Cowboy Bebop series. Already has its cast. For the most part, I'm still looking forward to it because I like the two. I don't know who the female actress is, but
Daniela Pineda.
Yeah, I don't know who she is, but the guy who's playing Jet Black is in The Deuce, and he's awesome in it. So
I'm really excited for John Cho. I think he's going to be a good pick for. Oh my God, I'm totally blanking on his name.
Spike Spiegel.
Spike, yes, thank you.
I want you to look at John Cho and tell me where is he cool.
With him and the Indian guy from Van Wilder.
You're gonna tell me that he was cool in Harold and Kumar?
Yes.
Who's the guy playing Spike?
Harold and Kumar is awesome.
Yeah, the guy from Searching. The Asian dude playing from
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why?
I don't know, because they said, hey, he's the guy. I don't know. The Manila, what's her name?
You talking about Daniela Pineda?
Her in costume and makeup, I think she can pull off a Faye. I don't know about her voice or her acting skills, but I think visually she can pull off Faye.
Apparently, she's been in she was in Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. She played in the TV show The Originals. Biography. Let me see if there's anything else in here that I would. She's in a couple episodes of The Vampire Diaries.
Doesn't look like this is just not going to be for Brian. It seems like a guy who worked in Thor Ragnarok will write the first episode.
I don't have an issue with the people who made it.
I don't know why they're doing a live action. Sorry, I didn't see that you were trying to say something else.
You don't need to see him. You need to hear him.
It sounded like he was done. That was a full stop. I don't have a problem with the people who wrote it. Full stop.
That's not the tone that I said it in.
That's what I got out of it.
I don't have an issue with the people that worked on it. Only the people that decided to cram a whole Hulk arc into a Thor movie and just say that was Thor's thing. That's where the issue is. Depending on what this guy did. If it was his idea, then I have an issue with it. But if not, then I don't have an issue with him.
I gotta see John Cho and I gotta see them in costume.
He's not Spike.
I could see.
What I'm saying. When have you seen him cool?
I don't know, but I think Mustafa is that his name? Mustafa Shakur.
Cool.
So tell me when you've seen him cool. You can't even come up with an answer.
No, he was pretty cool. And so you're talking about the Star Trek, the reboot, right?
Not even one example you can give me. Up, Anthony's coughing.
Sorry, that's the wrong pipe.
Not to mention that Spike can fight, but whatever.
Well, you're expecting hand-to-hand combat to look good in a Netflix show? Randall, we're not even there yet. That's not going to look good.
What do you mean? There was a great hand-to-hand combat in the Iron Fist. Sorry, I couldn't say it. Couldn't even finish it without laughing.
Yeah, I need you to try. Take two.
He wasn't an Iron Fist.
What?
No, the thing was a Netflix special where there's good hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was what I was referring to.
Oh, okay. Daredevil.
But I just don't understand the need for them to just ruin classic TV shows or animes.
Okay, so Javi in the chat just put in a tweet from Steve Bloom himself, the voice of Steven Spielberg. I'm done talking, dude. Oh my god, Spike Spiegel. And
Spiegel.
Spiegel. I can't speak. He says for all the hate. He says for all the. He says for all the haters. I'll mute him. I'll mute all of them. For all the haters regarding the new Netflix Cowboy Bebop series, chill guys. John Cho is awesome. Give it a chance. Flow like water. None of that reassures me on anything. Okay, he's a fan of John Cho. That's all that tells me. Cool.
I mean, I'm gonna watch.
Or he's friends with him. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it anyway. So I'm not saying don't watch it, people.
But I'm already going in. I already have no expectations when I go into stuff. I'm already starting below that.
Oh shit, that's not good.
Did you guys ever see the Full Metal Alchemist live action?
Absolutely not.
When the hell was that a thing?
It's a Japanese TV, or was it a movie or a TV show? I think it was a movie, and they released it, and I'm like, nope, thanks.
Yeah, let me see when it came out.
It just bothers me that, films, shows, music is supposed to be creative jobs or creative professions, yet the people that are running those professions don't have an ounce of creativity in them still. Let's do something that's already done and ruin it by trying to do it again with real people.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah, I heard that was terrible. I saw it and I thought it was fine.
Okay. It's one thing when you go from a book to a movie, okay? There are slip-ups, they don't know how to pronounce the names properly, sure. They already had a verbal pronunciation of everybody's name. and they fucked it up.
That's terrible. I just saw the movie, not the show, so I was like, huh, it's fine. But then everybody else was like, it's the devil's incarnate.
It was. I never watched it. Adam, I think, left halfway through the movie. He was like, "No, we're done," because like they fucked up every single one of the names throughout the entire show, throughout the entire movie. Like it's not pronounced the same way at all as it is in the
anime series.
How do you fuck up Edward?
What?
You fuck up Edward?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
The Full Metal movie, right?
He's talking about Avatar.
I was talking about Avatar, but you know,
I'm gone.
I never saw the live action of Full Metal Alchemist.
Me neither.
Oh shit.
You know, it looked like it could be good.
I
didn't even hear what movie you said, but I know you're talking about Last Airbender. Adam just popped into the chat. Yeah, we were talking about the live action of Cowboy Bebop and why it is that Netflix feels the need, or why it is that people feel the need to ruin like good animes by doing live action versions.
I don't mean to correct you here, but did you say Bruin?
Bruin?
Yeah. Did you?
That's what I heard.
Probably.
Okay. I just want to make
my
sure.
words a little bit.
Are you drinking?
High on life.
Oh.
I'm high off the Lord.
All right. Well, we're moving on now. That's the only news that I found today, up until today, that I'm like, oh, it's worth talking about. Because I mean, Cowboy Bebop is a series near and dear to our hearts, with a lot of swag, a lot of jazzy swag. Hopefully, they keep that essence.
I want to see who they cast for Ed.
Oh, you're right.
I feel like the best choice would be Ashley Birch.
Oh, I agree.
Orange hair. Give her orange hair, and she's Ed.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, you're talking about the Cowboy Bebop stuff.
Yeah, that is a good call, Brian. I like that. I'm gonna high five you next time I see you.
Or they could just cancel this. Either way, I'd be fine.
They better have the dog.
Einstein, yeah.
Ein.
I thought it was Einstein.
Yeah, but they call it Ein.
I'm calling him Einstein. There's nothing else in the news, right? Like fucking breaking news, right?
I mean, other than like some of the stuff in science this week in science.
Nah.
All the gaming stuff, there's like nothing, or it's all stuff that they're just like reiterating.
Hellboy coming to Brawlhalla April 10th.
But Brawlhalla, that's still happening?
They added Shovel Knight to it, so.
Yeah. Oh no, this is the two. I'm done with Brawlhalla, dude. I'm good. Brawlhalla Hellboy reveal trailer. That's a cool licensing thing, but
my complaint about the game is that even if I go in 2v2 ranked, it's 3v1. I don't know why. They need to patch that.
That's a weird bug you got there.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, I'm pretty done with. I'm done with this. I got releases up unless you guys want to talk about some news.
I don't have anything. I haven't. I mean, I was looking around on all of my sites and didn't see shit.
All right. Well, this week on games, we got two that I'm looking forward to either playing or seeing people play. Is Dangerous Driving, which is the creators of Burnout. Back in the day, they're making a spiritual successor called Dangerous Driving. Side by side, you can tell even the UI elements. It's definitely I don't want to say carbon copy, but highly influenced release of Burnout Takedown.
One of the reviews says it's literally. It looks like it's literally just a Burnout game with a new title.
Yeah, that makes sense because I mean they probably don't own the rights to Burnout, so they just called it Dangerous Driving, and that's gonna be out I think on consoles.
It's on PC as well.
It's on PC as well.
Yeah, PS4, Xbox One, and PC on April 9th. So apparently it already is released.
Yep, today. It's out today for that, and then One Finger Death Punch 2, which I've seen people play the first one, and it looks like it's pretty fun. Where I think it's like only a couple buttons to play, and you're fighting with like stick figures. You do a bunch of combos, and you get a bunch of weapons and stuff, and I don't know. I never played the first one, but since they're making a second one, I might check this one out.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was you guys or if I just happened to see something on Reddit. This game looks interesting. Like, yeah, it looks really weird.
From the first one, everyone enjoyed playing the first one because it's fun to do the the fights here because it's a very simple mechanic. Like the input's pretty simple to do, and you do a lot of chains and combos, and you're dodging projectiles and throwing them back and catching them and stuff. So I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'm sure it doesn't even cost that much. It's probably like an indie title. Excuse me. Yeah, it's on. Oh, it doesn't even say the price. Well, it's weird.
There's a sale going on for Nintendo's shop, where a bunch of, I think, 3DS games and Switch games are gonna go on sale. And one of those games is Octopath Traveler, 33% off now.
Can you play Octopath on the DS?
No, but on Switch, you know, like maybe less than a month after I buy a Switch, and that game as my first game on Switch is 33% off now.
Of course.
So that's good. And it's rumored to come to PC. So that's good.
That's great. It's a good thing you got a Switch for that.
Yeah.
Jesus. For movies this week, the big one is Hellboy. I don't know if I'm watching that this week. This week I'm going to go watch Pet Sematary with Janiana. Get my balls scared out of me.
You know, it got a low rating, right?
Oh, that's right. Oh, no, she still wants to see it.
No, I was just telling you that. Both, it's on both, though. The critics and the people.
Oh, hopefully it isn't as trash as it is. As people are saying. So yeah, Hellboy, we'll maybe watch that too this week. I don't know. But let's see if, what's his name again? Hopper? Does a great job as a... Huh?
Yeah.
Isn't it Hobbs? I don't know. He's my favorite character and I always forget his name.
David Harbour? Harbor?
Yeah, that's his actor name, but I forgot his character name in Stranger Things.
Oh.
I thought it was Hobbs or Hops. I don't know.
It's
Hooper?
something. I know it starts with an H and it has an O in it. That's as much as I can tell you.
Wow, man, that narrows it down, all right. And for music, Anderson .Paak, an album called Ventura, coming out. He's his past work I've gotten, it's been iffy, so hopefully this one, like he'll have one or two tracks in his album. And I'm like, okay, nice, but the rest are just for me they don't just hit. Go ahead, Brian.
Him and Big Sean suffer from the same thing, in my opinion, where they're better in features than their own songs.
Ah, okay. Yeah, like usually their bodies of work, I can only vibe with like one or two songs, and then the rest I'm like, okay, it's not for me. And that's about it, peeps, for this week's episode. We actually made it to 142 on this time. Look at that, we're good. We're professional now, Randall. See, if you just put in a lot of time into something, you just become a professional overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That means we can have a professional quality 1st to 10 in Dragon Ball, since Anthony's a professional streamer now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Production quality would be off the charts. I mean, it's just going to say 10-0, but... Don't say ooh, Brian. You have no idea who I'm voting for. So, you guys have any plugs?
Oh, man.
What do you guys want to do this week?
Want to do?
Yeah, I think it's better to ask what you want to do instead of what you're gonna do, because life always hits us in the face. So,
what I want to do is get the front end on the friggin' car done, so I can get that shit out of the way. Get the back end of the car done, so I get the shit out of the way. But I'm pretty sure I have to actually remove part of the back end so that I can drop the gas tank. So, hopefully, I can just do all that at once.
Adam said, "Share the booze, Anthony."
Share the booze?
Yeah, after that, the toy putty tat thing you just had there.
Oh! Speaking of sharing the booze, this week what I want to and will be doing is that Game of Thrones fucking premiere, and I have a scotch. I got a Johnny Walker that's Game of Thrones themed. We're opening that shit. Speaking of booze, we're gonna watch one of our favorite characters die.
Look, I don't want to jinx it. Last season, I'm just throwing it on the table.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
My 3 characters have yet to die.
Oh my
From the
God.
beginning of the show till now, have not died. I'm not allowed to have nice things, but these writers are letting me have a nice thing.
Well, until you mentioned that. First episode, all 3 of them are just going to get their heads cut off.
I just read my chat. Adam's in the chat says, if only friends, family, and strangers told Brian to just buy the car he wants already, working instead of spending years trying to fix a car.
It was working when I bought it.
Oh my God.
But it was working when I bought it. I used to
believe
drive it
you.
all the time.
I believe you.
It just happened to break down, and instead of just fixing what was broken, I was like, my buddy was like, you should just upgrade it. I was like, yeah, sure, let's do that.
And then you're like, I'm gonna make Resident Evil 2 remake. What am I doing? Yeah, so Game of Thrones this weekend again. So should we just have a fucking weekly Game of Thrones? What the fuck happened in this episode?
Yeah, it's up to you. I mean, it fills up its time if we need it.
Yeah, I think we might end up doing that. So there's gonna be a lot of spoilers from here on out. So if you're not caught up with Game of Thrones by that Tuesday, don't bother, because we're just gonna destroy you in spoilers. Like, look how engaged Randall is right now.
Right?
What? I'm getting messages.
Randall, I don't care if
it's not a nude body, I don't care, Randall.
It's business.
you're doing business right now. You're gonna be on ESPN, fucking on your phone.
When my agent is messaging me, yeah.
No, you still don't. You wait till after the camera's on, Randall.
If he says I got a gig for you for $2.5 million, you need to answer right now. I'm not going to sit there and wait until the show is over.
Randall,
I'm going to answer right now.
And then you'll end up in Guadalajara with missing 2 kidneys. Like you don't want to make.
Why does it have to end with me missing body parts?
Because no one makes that kind of offer, and you have to respond immediately. If it's a business deal like that, you can wait. They'll say, "Hey, give him a minute. He's currently doing something," and it'll have nothing. Randall, when does it happen?
I don't know. I don't move money like that, so I don't know.
And you won't be if you're over here in the middle of a fucking. Oh my god, dude!
Man. This is what I love about this podcast.
Randall comes up with this.
How long until somebody snaps on a Randall?
But he did better. He actually was partially engaged through a good portion of this one.
We lost some Clicker Heroes.
We actually heard him talk.
All right, so I think that's about it. Oh, this week I am going to be wanting to stream. We're going to play some Borderlands with Kelsey. I don't know when yet. He said maybe Thursday.
Tomorrow, Thursday. I got to talk with Shannon, and I can let you know.
I need one of you to help me get Borderlands 2 running. Because
I don't know why your shit's...
I'll talk to you later, Kelsey. I'll let you know what the problem is.
Okay.
It's on fire. I can't figure out why his shit's on fire. And maybe playing some GoldenEye Source as well this week. Because I have it installed and haven't loaded it up since our LAN party.
Yeah. Is that on Steam?
Yeah, it's just a mod you can download and install on Steam. It's free. It's fucking awesome.
I still have it installed too.
So we could definitely play that this week and stream it.
That could be
because if you need instructions on installing it, I can send you the link.
All right.
And then you can join us too.
You want to just pop that over to me whenever we're done? That'd be great.
Okay. That's about it for me. Randall, you doing anything you want to do this week?
Well, I got the project that I already told you about where I have to do. I think it's called Beast of the Earth or something like that. It's just another project that I have to do for the same lady. So I'll probably be working on that. And I would like to, I would like to work on something for myself, whether it might be for my clothing line or for maybe my animated short that I haven't worked on in a while. So
it'd be a great thing to do this week, Randall?
Oh, here we go. There's 2 options here.
Stream it.
Okay.
Stream what?
You working on
your animated short. Or even your clothing line.
Oh, and Johan wants you to play Sekiro.
I would love to watch Randall stream Sekiro.
Why?
For entertainment, Randall.
Because
that's why people
watch. It's entertaining.
Then I just ask why. Randall, why are you making an animated short?
That's different, though.
Answer my question, please.
Because 1 is art, which I love doing. 2, because I think it's going to be really cool.
Stop right there. Do you know why they want to watch you play Sekiro, Randall? Because they think it'll be really cool.
Well, I'm sorry.
Are you gonna ask me why again?
No. I don't fully understand that because 1, I've never had nobody watch me play a game except for my exes. I've never had anyone really watch me play a game, And 2, I don't.
Not to your knowledge.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just. I don't know. Whatever.
We all saw you put your share into giving Kelsey that 31 loss streak.
You contributed to that charity.
Yeah, you funded that on Indiegogo.
Oh, he's whipping out money now. Like this is.
There you go.
This.
There you go.
Anyway, all right. So, what you can say you're doing? Animated short. Brian, what you got doing? What you got doing going?
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
That is English. It's just words in the wrong place.
I probably stream every day before you stream. I finally got to actually finish some things or start or make.
Oh, in the whip. We're just tired.
Oh man.
Oh shit. I made progress in like music and stuff, so I guess the block is gone for now. I started 2 songs today and finished one for Instagram and put it onto a GIF.
Oh,
So
I haven't
put
seen
that
that.
up probably Thursday.
Oh, okay, I haven't released it. Sorry.
Put a song in GIF format.
What?
Can you guys just tell me so we can wrap this shit up?
Yeah, I'm gonna stream Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I don't know what it'll be. Maybe Smash Bros. Maybe working on music. Maybe We Happy Few. Maybe Sekiro again. Maybe I just play Russian roulette with like a sperm gun. I don't know.
Okay. So I guess that's it. Thank you guys for listening or watching the ADLR Podcast, episode 42. I've been Anthony. Weird TV's here. Brian's been here. Randall's been here. If you want to support this shit show, go to patreon.com/ADLRplays.
Is this your after hours voice or something?
Shut the hell up, Randall. And if you want to donate to a good cause, you go to extralife.adlrplays.com.
Yo, what the heck is going on, man?
I don't know. It's raining on me. There's a lot of water. It's wet. Randall, I think you like wet.
Yeah.
Yo, man, could you really stop for real?
It sounds like you really like this, Randall. I can see
No,
it.
I don't. It's
You sure?
weird.
I can see that you like it from here. All right,
It's
enough
weird.
of that. Extralife.adlrplays.com. You can donate to the Orlando Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. Go to topics.adlrplays.com to submit a topic we can talk about next week. And that's a wrap.
That's all, folks.
Okay, well, I should have ended it before he said that. Now it's in the recording. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next week for the... Bye.